this is not the place for it. This is for you to talk to us, not for public input on here.
Okay.
So, I hope you can understand that.
Oh, no, I understand. It was mentioned to me there was a public forum at one time.
7 o'clock, there's an open meeting.
Oh,
If somebody, after we go through our resolutions, the floor is open for any comments, that's when anybody can make their comments to it.
okay,
Okay.
I got it mixed up.
Oh, that's fine.
I apologize.
No, that's fine, that's fine.
Okay, any questions, please?
Very good, thank you very much. Here's your papers. Thank you. Okay, did we want to, Ron, you want to talk about this now, or you want to wait until Carl comes in?
What's that?
What's that? No,
I think you need Carol here, and I'd like to see the whole council take a look at that.
okay. All right, yeah, we're gonna wait,
Or you know,
we're gonna wait until Carl.
and
Comes on that one.
Did you see the letter from the, I think it was the,
Oh, yeah.
Where's he actually?
I don't know what his name is.
Ken,
Ken? Hey, Ken?
Something about adding this to his area?
no, what do you want to do is put it on the hard dock.
Okay.
Just so, oh, there he is, right
Now, does he need any more space on this? Do you need a building
Is this your
permit?
picture? Okay.
Do you wanna go into this?
An hour ago, we put up a white 10 by 10 tent similar to Jim's, and we have a storage locker that's there. This is available to us. We can have it within 48 hours, but I'm not sure if I should ask for permission or for forgiveness, so I'm going and asking for permission. This is not in color. You gotta see it in color. It's in great shape.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
It bolts together, and it would
Here, I'll show
sit
you a better
down.
view of it.
Yeah, I saw, it's on here. I got a
Yeah,
picture.
so, right now we have a tent, a white 10 by 10 with a storage locker, but that would be very, very nice, and it would add some professionality.
Where would it go?
In the, right in front of the docks where we're gonna be.
Basically on the shore.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, definitely on the shore there.
Okay.
And it doesn't block the pedestrian way at all to the docks.
When you get a chance to go down and take a look at it, maybe Ken can make sure he's there too, so all three individuals are there, and he can show you what he's talking about.
Have
The
you
color,
seen
the
it?
color pictures, I saw it on the
Online, I
computer.
sent it to you online.
No, I've seen that. I wanna know where it's gonna go, like down
Oh.
The steps,
Yeah, if you're going down the steps, go to
4
your
feet,
left.
yeah, to the left of the steps.
Have you gotten your docks put in yet?
Mandy's done a tremendous job, her department's done a tremendous job. The docks are there, what we agreed to do is go with the existing docks. They're gonna remove the police boat sign, because we don't have enough room, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to come, is we're real tight. Okay, and I don't, from what I see, I don't see room for another vendor there on the existing docks.
No, but I mean, if we go down and look at it, I want you there, you there. I mean, don't you want everybody there? So, there's certain fisticuffs, we step back one
No,
side.
we're starting some promotions. I haven't heard today, but WKW is gonna do a 5-minute segment a week from the end of
Isn't
15.
that what you were hoping to get this up by?
Well, if possible. We have a tent, if you went down there now, there's a white tent in a storage locker, and it'll look very professional, but that would look tremendous. And so,
Well, if they're gonna come down on Friday, we'd like
I
to,
did not hear from them today. They're trying to schedule the group.
we want, anytime you can do anything that looks professional, not only is it good for your business, it's good for the city of Tonawanda, to bring more people into town. So, you know, we'll have to check with Kevin tomorrow and make sure there's no building code problems.
Would it just be a tent, would there be any electrical coming to it, or?
No, we might need some temporary low voltage, you know, just for like computer and cell phones and things like that, but no, I don't see.
No, amp
Oh, I
service.
have one. Do you want it? Sorry.
Once the police boat sign is moved, then we'll be okay on space.
No, when are you looking to start up on this again?
The boats are
I
gonna
thought
probably
it
go in
was
the water
supposed to
tomorrow.
be in the water
No, tomorrow, they're gonna go in, it's been weather permitting, we put up the tent today.
Okay.
The boats are probably going tomorrow. We've already done our practice runs, we have the tour down, we've done it in an 18-foot boat. Water's still a little chilly.
I haven't, have you gotten the email for the council?
No?
Okay.
Must have went into my trash can.
Yeah, was it spam?
It's probably, you want it to be right, when it comes, it's gonna be right, right? So we're, I mean,
How long was the tour?
it's 2 hours from the time you train on the boat to the time you come back. It's about an hour and a half to an hour and 3/4. And we go as far north as Navy Island, so you can see the falls.
For a 2-hour tour.
And there's about 9 stops along the way with all the history. We're about 20 minutes in the canal, and then we're up in the air. Lots of history. It's a 2-hour guided tour with headsets.
Just, a lot of people didn't understand that, but basically what he's doing.
For some reason, I was picturing
The
it
lead
going
boat
down the
is the excursion director, so to speak, who has a contact with the boats behind him. They stop at XYZ historical thing, and they talk a little bit about that, and keep on rolling down, and they'll turn around and come back.
Are they able to talk to you, or is it just one way?
It's one way. If there was an emergency, we could, but right now we haven't set up this one.
I'm just saying, if somebody had a question along the way, would you be able to?
When we're stopped, we're all close together, we're within 50 yards, so it'll be,
Did you, you haven't really, so I mean, if you're going up there 20 minutes,
10 minutes in the canal, 10 minutes, we go up to the railroad bridge.
right. But what I'm saying, you're not gonna be in the major cluster of all the boats for very long.
No, and again, if you think of the tours as of now, we're 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, we're thinking about a 7 o'clock at night sunset tour, and then a 10 a.m. on Saturday. But Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon, it's crowded out there, it's rough, so we're not gonna be in the peak time when everyone else is out there, we will not be competing for that space.
So what do we do about this? We'll talk to Kevin and see.
Kevin, and then let him know.
What's that?
Kevin, and then just let him know.
Yeah, it's kind of portable, I mean, you can,
It bolts together,
Yeah.
so some of
it's
it's
not,
steel.
it's not a structure that's gonna stay there, you know, during the winter months and all
No,
that
as soon as our
stuff.
lease is over, then we'll take it down, and hopefully next year, if we'll renew it, we'll do it again.
You just flat that in, is it? How big is it?
It's on a little trailer. Takes 3 or 4 hours to put together.
It's all fastest boat.
Okay, thank you.
Give me a holler tomorrow, and make sure that I, work with you and Kevin and make sure it's okay, cause I'd like to put that to bed tomorrow. So if, if everything's okay, Friday you're all set to go
Okay, thank you.
in the morning. Thanks.
Thanks.
No, it's not.
Hey, Sam?
Better ask Sam.
Hey, Sam?
What is the name of that portal?
Craig Cat.
Right?
No, Sam.
One's got your name on it.
All right, Sam has, what do you got? As Joe Pesci would say in My Cousin Vinny. Wait.
This is a
I
draft,
took it upon myself.
Got one more.
the one thing I don't have on here is the attachments. It's a draft, a request for proposals for, the old water pumping plant. 2 privately held lots immediately adjacent to it. Parcels where some of the facilities where the water treatment facilities near the existing pumping plant are located. We demolished some buildings there. it assumes that all the zoning will remain the way it is now, R2.
Hear that, Bob?
So we have a handle on the number of units of housing that we can, that can be built without a variance. On the water pumping, the former water pumping plant and the 2 private parcels. The RFP is specific on the type of uses that the city is looking for. Specifically, market rate, owner-occupied housing. No subsidized housing, no rentals. All combined, it's about 2.8 acres of land. So once I get the attachments, I want to put some aerials, I want to attach the current zoning ordinance language, so respondents know exactly what they're dealing with. And we can get it out.
Would you be able to have the aerials so we could all look down at it before you send the thing out?
Sure.
You guys agree?
I would have liked to have them now, but we gotta kind of do it out of house because we don't have that kind of capability. So, Bernie Rotella, our grant writer, we talked to him today to see if he can generate those for us. We'll attach them and then we'll be ready to go.
How do we get those?
The fire truck ladder.
No, there's aerial, you know, people have software to Google. Erie County has a software that can generate. You want to draw boundaries around the parcels, label them. Trying to think what else. I think the thing we would do is certainly compile some developers that would be willing to handle something like this, and we could advertise. We probably would have proposal date, a time when we would set up a meeting, show them, walk the site with them, and also answer any questions that they might have on what the city's looking for. Once the proposals come in, you know, the city's in control until decide to sell the land, and that's a decision the council makes. If people start throwing around seeker and all this, you have to have a project to do an environmental review of, or else you don't know what the impacts are. So it's premature at this point to do that, because we don't have any proposals before us. But once a developer is designated and a proposal and all the components of what we're expecting for in the proposals and how they're going to be graded is in the RFP.
The point system?
Yes.
Big time?
Yep.
Whatever is built over there, it is going to hopefully coincide with the Niagara Shores.
We made that clear, that given the fact that the property is located next to existing housing,
Right.
the fact that it's next to adjoining almost Niawanda Park in the river, we are particularly interested in seeing how they're going to treat the sensitivity to those areas. For example, we would want more public access to the waterfront if possible than there exists now. There's another major challenge too that we're interested in. 600,000 people use Niawanda Park every year. We need to find ways to improve the conductivity between that park and those hundreds of thousands of people in the central business district. Right now, it's the opposite of easy access for people to go from the park to the businesses that are down there and encourage more businesses. What can we do? What proposals can a developer generate, and we're telling them we're interested in seeing that, is to improve that access to the central business district. We make it clear how the selection criteria as far as a point system, what's the quality of the plan, consistency with design and development objectives of the city. Another major criteria is the accomplishment of other project objectives, like the conductivity I just talked about. Opportunities to improve and expand public use and access to existing parks, open space, and the waterfront. Capability of implementing the development plan. We want the developer to show us, do they have comparable experience? How successful have they been? What's their track record on dealing with community groups on the proposal that they propose? Background and qualifications and expertise of the development team. And finally, a major consideration is financial considerations. Is what they're proposing reasonable? What type of evidence, preliminary, not final, that they can finance what they're proposing? What do they propose as far as the purchase of the land?
Do we have any idea what it's worth now? At 2.8 acres.
We know what the former pumping plant and the former water treatment proposals, parcels are worth. But that was assuming we could change the zoning.
Right.
Under the R2 zoning, the land independently appraised at $220,000. We asked the same assessor to assess the same land if there were no height restrictions. And the value was $765,000.
That's not keeping it at R2.
Right.
What was the first number you showed off?
220,000. Girasol appraisals did the well-known appraiser. They did both appraisals.
$765,000 worth. But that would be changing the zoning of that one area, correct?
Right.
Public you get to discuss the issue.
Well, I would say let's get some proposals. Let's see what kind of interest there is. I think then what the city's job would be is to shortlist those proposals.
So the proposal now is a total package of 5 different properties, or 6.
Yeah.
And then you start backing those off or splitting those up.
In other words, develop some and not others.
Right.
Then I think if that's what the city's intent, I think the more transparent and honest upfront we can be with the developers, we should do that now.
What was Dick saying, I'm sorry?
If in other words, if the intention of the city and the council is not to develop some of the parcels that are here, let's tell people that now.
I thought we took it down to develop. What parcels would you want to develop?
Well, the fact of the matter, you're talking about City Hall, you're talking about the
No,
overall-
City
No, City Hall's out.
No, City Hall's out of it?
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
I didn't see that.
one thing though you should know, and you'll see this on the tax map, I don't have it with me. For tax map purposes, City Hall is part of the parcel where the former water treatment facilities were. It's all combined.
Right by where the garages
Right.
were.
But what the proposal says relative to 200 Niagara Street, I'm glad you brought that up, Council. It's for the portion of 200 Niagara Street not containing the current city of Tonawanda City Hall. So what you would do is split that portion off from the City Hall portion, make a new consolidated parcel.
And the reason that 200's on here, correct me if I'm wrong, is because that's the way that it was originally sent out.
Well, it's just, It's all one parcel with that address.
200 is incorporated to where the part, where the garages are, the police station, and
Yes,
but City Hall is taken out of it.
right, and it specifically says,
Isn't City Hall 200?
yes,
Yeah, but
but
200 goes all the way over there also,
Right.
the garages and stuff like that.
that's why we said a portion of 200 Niagara Street, you'll see it, it's in your document on page 2, first paragraph. A portion of 200 Niagara Street not containing the current city of Tonawanda City Hall.
All right, if you take that out of the picture, Dick, any parcels that you didn't want to develop?
I don't know, I would have to see if
Well, that's why we made copies.
we're talking about no height restrictions.
Well, there is height restrictions now.
It's
You can't go
under the current zoning, on the former water pumping plant and the 2 privately held parcels, you can build 15 units of housing. Because under the current zoning, there's a minimum of 4,000 square feet per housing unit. And based on the size of that parcel, you can build 15 units of housing. We've confirmed that with the building inspector, he's the guy that's gonna issue the building permit. So if he says he can do 15 units of housing there, he can do 15 units of housing.
at 4,000 square foot per unit.
That's, not that each unit's gonna be 4,000 square feet,
It's a
but
footprint.
that's the,
Right in into the footprint.
that's the criteria under the existing zoning ordinance.
You equate that to the total footprint of the land mass, if you will.
It's too early for me to.
No.
Because
I think we have to get something out to get some, see if there's biters on it, right?
Well, no, but here's what I would say.
Go.
Before we ask developers to put time and effort and money into responding to a request for proposal, if some of these parcels, the council has no intention of developing them, we should state that up front.
Personally, myself, is as long as City Hall's out of the picture, develop whatever, I mean, that's the way I feel.
It's up to you guys. But I just think we should be
I don't know, what do you
transparent
guys
and
think?
honest
You have to
up
figure, you have
front.
to,
It'd be silly to knock something down and not.
where's the part, where's the portion?
Right here.
Heather,
Spend all the money
Not
now.
sure.
so we're gonna have, we knocked it down at $475,000, let me see, sure.
Hey, I wasn't there. I'm here now.
So wait, you already kept it there?
I'm not saying that. I just need more information than I have right now.
Why don't we just say excluding City Hall?
I
Well,
would like
I
to see a
said
picture
More
of
poignant than just
I-
the portion.
I said a portion of 200 Niagara Street not containing the current city hall. So what I would suggest, everybody has a copy of this draft.
Read it over.
If you read through it, if there's things that you want to change, but let's put out a document that everybody's kind of comfortable with, and,
So if we get something back, we're not shooting holes in each proposal.
right. In other words, if somebody comes back with a proposal to develop that portion of 200 Niagara Street, not this parcel, and then the final analysis, the council says, we don't want to develop that, well, let's say that now. Why ask people to put time and money?
Right.
You don't want to get that type of a reputation where the goalposts are moving all the time.
I agree with looking over.
I'm excited.
Homework.
And I'll get you the attachments, the aerials, once I get them done.
Except for page 3.
We spend a lot of time looking everything over everywhere.
$27 million, it's just
Yeah, same. She down there.
Chuck? Yeah. Want to say anything about, what I trust the council on that, or no?
Where's the guy? He was quick to jump in on you.
Heather?
Carl,
Charles on vacation. I got, come on. Hey,